friends, it's Miss Christina for Kids Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make a super simple cookies and cream mug cake. So if you've never made a mug cake before, it's basically a cake for one person that you can make in a mug in the microwave, and it just takes a few minutes, which is a lot faster and easier than making a whole cake that you have to bake in the oven, and then you usually end up with leftovers that nobody eats. It's a whole thing. So this is just a fun little dessert or snack that you can make for yourself. So first I'm going to show you everything that you're going to need, and then we'll put it all together. So you need 4 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, 3 tablespoons of sugar, half a teaspoon of baking powder, 3 sandwich cookies. They don't have to be the Oreo brand. You need 3 tablespoons of milk, 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and then if you want, this is totally optional, you can put some frosting or syrup or something on the top as just a fun little topping or decoration. So as far as like tools that you need a mug. This is the most important thing. You want a big one because if you use one that's too small, it's going to overflow. But the most important thing about this is that it is microwave safe. Usually on the bottom of your mug, it'll tell you if it's safe to put in the microwave or the dishwasher, so make sure that you see that. If there's nothing on the bottom or you can't read it or it doesn't say microwave safe, don't use that one. Ask your grown-up if there's something that you can use. So I have this one here. You also need your measuring tools. So I have 1 teaspoon, half a teaspoon, and 1 tablespoon, which are the measurements that we need. And then you'll need a Ziploc bag like this and something to smash your cookies with. So I've got this. And then if you decide to do a little frosting on the top, I'm going to put mine in a bag to kind of pipe it. So I have another Ziploc bag and then scissors to cut a little opening in that. And then you just need a spoon to mix all of your ingredients and to eat it. So let's get started. First thing we're going to do is we're going to smash some cookies. So you can take your Ziploc bag and you want to put 2 of your sandwich cookies in there. I know I said we need 3, and that's because the 3rd one is for decoration. So just put them in and make sure you seal it, because when you start smashing, you don't want cookie crumbs flying all over the place. So just like that, and then you're going to move this down. You're going to smash them into little bits. Okay, so I've got my crumbs here. You don't want it to be super, super fine. You want some pieces in there still. It gives it a nice crunch and consistency. So, got that. And we're just going to put everything into our cup. So, let's start with the flour. We need 4 tablespoons of flour. So, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we need 3 tablespoons of sugar. So I'm going to use the same one that I was using for the flour. 1, 2, 3. And now we need half a teaspoon of baking powder. Baking powder, not baking soda. Now we can put our crushed cookies in there. So that is all of our powder and solid ingredients. So now we need 1 tablespoon of oil. We need 3 tablespoons of milk. I have whole milk, but it doesn't matter if it's whole or 2% or skim milk. Or you can even use almond milk or something like that if you prefer. So we need 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. And then our last ingredient to go in here is 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Okay. 1 teaspoon. Okay. So that should be everything we need in here. So you can take your spoon and mix it up. You want everything to be combined, but you don't want to overmix it. So kind of like when you're making pancakes, you want to leave it a little bit chunky, but you want all the powder at least to be mixed in with the liquids. So you don't want a layer of flour on the bottom. You want everything nicely combined. So I like to move mine around and just make sure. Okay, it smells really good. I have a little bit of stuff stuck to my spoon, so I'm gonna scrape it off. Okay. All right, now this is what it should look like. Okay, and you're gonna put this in the microwave for 90 seconds. So I'm gonna run and do that, and while that's cooking, we're going to get our frosting ready. So in the microwave. Okay, so I'm gonna put a little bit of frosting in mine. I have cream cheese frosting. You can use any kind you want. Just wipe off my spoon here. Okay, and I'm gonna put just a little bit in this plastic bag. No, that's a lot, okay. So a nice big spoonful in here. Okay, and then I'm gonna get the air out of it and zip it up. Then you can snip off a corner of the bag. And then you're going to push the frosting towards that open end there. Okay, just like that. You don't want to squeeze it out yet. We don't have our cake to put this on top of. So this allows more control for when you want to put it on there in case you want to do a little design or something. Just a cheap way to make your own like piping bag. Okay, so that's ready. The microwave just went off. Let's check to see if our cake is done. Okay, it looks pretty good. I think, just gonna see there. Okay, I think it's done. So it's pretty hot, so just be careful. So I'm gonna let it cool a little bit. And then I'm going to grab another cookie. And this is just gonna be our little like decoration on top, little bonus cookie. So normally you wanna let that sit for about a minute or two so it cools down. But I'm not gonna make you wait and watch while this cools off. So I'm going to take my frosting and squeeze some in there. Maybe I'll make a design as best I can. All right. It didn't quite work out as beautifully as I had imagined, but that's okay. I'm just gonna eat it anyway. But I can take my spoon and I can kind of fix it. Okay. And then put a little cookie in there. And that is my cookies and cream mug cake. I'm very excited to eat this. I'm gonna wait until it cools off though, because it's very hot. It's usually about 2 minutes is good. Well, I hope you have fun making that. Let me know how it goes, if it turns out great. Another thing you can do, like I said, you could put a little like chocolate syrup. You can also crush up more cookies and put some cookie crumbles on the top instead of a whole cookie. Lots of things you can do with it. Also, if you are gluten-free, you can substitute the ingredients in here for gluten-free flour, and they also sell gluten-free cookies, just like this. And then the same thing with the milk, like I mentioned, you can use nut milk instead of dairy. And that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time. Bye.